The world held its breath as news broke of a Chinese test that defied the rules of modern warfare. China had launched a hypersonic weapon, one that circled the globe and struck with pinpoint accuracy. This wasn't science fiction, it was a reality that sent shockwaves through the Pentagon and Western defense ministries. The game had changed overnight. For decades, US military dominance was unquestioned, but this new missile threatened to make aircraft carriers obsolete, turning them into billion-dollar coffins. The weapon was a direct challenge to American supremacy, designed to keep the US Navy at bay and give Beijing leverage over Taiwan. China claimed it was a routine space test, but intelligence agencies saw through the ruse. This was a fractional orbital bombardment system, or FOBS, armed with a hypersonic glide vehicle. It's a Cold War concept upgraded for the 21st century, capable of delivering a devastating, possibly nuclear strike with no warning. The message to Washington was clear. We can reach you, and you cannot stop us. The world is now living with the consequences of that revelation. Every military planner is grappling with a new reality. How do you defend against a weapon that travels 5 times the speed of sound and can change direction mid-flight? The old rules of deterrence are being rewritten, and the balance of power is teetering on a knife's edge. China's dragon has new fire and the world is watching. Speed kills. But what exactly is a hypersonic missile? Hypersonic means traveling at least 5 times the speed of sound, over 3,800 miles per hour. At that speed, a missile could travel from Beijing to Washington in about an hour. There are 2 main types: hypersonic cruise missiles and hypersonic glide vehicles, or HGVs. Cruise missiles use scramjet engines to fly low and fast, hugging the terrain to avoid radar. HGVs, like China's, are launched atop rockets, then glide back to Earth at hypersonic speeds, maneuvering unpredictably. This combination of speed and agility makes them nearly impossible to track or intercept. Traditional missile defenses are built to counter either ballistic or cruise missiles, not both at once. Hypersonic weapons blur that line, rendering existing defense networks almost useless. They compress time and space, leaving decision-makers with seconds to react. The key takeaway: hypersonic weapons guarantee a successful strike. They are a revolutionary leap, not just an incremental improvement. The world's defense systems are suddenly outdated. The arms race has entered a new era. On the global chessboard, hypersonic missiles are the new queen, powerful enough to change the game. They upend the concept of mutually assured destruction, or MAD, by drastically reducing warning time. Unlike traditional missiles, hypersonic weapons can remain hidden until the final moments, creating a use-it-or-lose-it dilemma. Leaders may be forced to launch on warning, risking catastrophic miscalculation. These weapons blur the line between conventional and nuclear war, since their payload is unknown until impact. For China and Russia, hypersonics level the playing field with the US. For America, they're now a necessity. The result: a new, high-stakes arms race, faster, more ambiguous, and more dangerous than the Cold War. The rules are being rewritten, and the risks are higher than ever. The world's stability hangs in the balance. China's hypersonic supremacy is no accident. It's the result of decades of focused investment and political will. Billions have been poured into research, wind tunnels, and a vast network of scientists and defense contractors. Facilities like Beijing's JF-22 wind tunnel give China a major edge in testing and refining designs. This investment signals how seriously China views hypersonic technology, not just as a weapon, but as a symbol of national pride and global leadership. The DF-17 missile is already operational, threatening US bases in Asia and Taiwan. The globe-circling FOBS test shows China can strike anywhere from any direction. This comprehensive approach has allowed China to leapfrog the US in a critical area of military technology. The strategic imbalance is real and growing. China's billion-dollar bet has paid off, giving it new leverage on the world stage. The world must now contend with a new kind of power. What makes China's hypersonic missile so terrifying? 3 things: speed, agility, and stealth. Its speed shortens reaction time to seconds. By the time it's detected, it's already at the target. Its agility allows it to swerve and dive unpredictably, making interception nearly impossible. Its flight path exploits a sweet spot, too high for air defenses, too low for space-based radars. By the time it's visible, it's too late to stop. This combination defeats the multi-trillion-dollar defense systems built by the US and its allies. It's a ghost in the machine of modern warfare, too fast to catch, too nimble to predict, nearly invisible until impact. The attacker holds all the cards. Whether the target is a carrier, a command bunker, or a city, the outcome is the same. This is what makes it a true game changer. The balance of power has shifted. China's hypersonic arsenal is the tip of a new three-way arms race with Russia and the United States. Russia boasts its own hypersonic weapons like the Avangard and Kinzhal, designed to defeat missile defenses and project power. The US, once a pioneer, is now scrambling to catch up after years of neglect and failed tests. Billions are being spent on new programs, but technical challenges and delays persist. For now, China and Russia have deployable hypersonic weapons. The US does not. This vulnerability is deeply unsettling for Washington. America must now develop both offensive and defensive hypersonic capabilities, a monumental task. The new arms race is more complex and volatile than the Cold War. The stakes have never been higher. The world now lives under the shadow of hypersonic weapons. China's globe-circling missile has shattered old doctrines and created a sense of instability. The risk of miscalculation is higher than ever, as decision windows shrink to seconds. Taiwan is the most immediate flashpoint. China's hypersonics could decapitate leadership or deny US intervention. These weapons threaten to unravel arms control treaties, since their payloads are ambiguous and verification is nearly impossible. The world is at a crossroads requiring urgent dialogue and new rules for these technologies. Without action, the risk of catastrophic conflict grows. The peace we've known is unsettled, replaced by tense vigilance. The dragon's fire is real, and the challenge is to survive in its shadow. The future of global peace may depend on it.